welcome back, everybody. Now, on the Varsity Squad, we generally cover high school sports, but we also do a little bit of pro sports as well. So we're going to talk about today what's happening with the Cardinals, the Suns, and the D-backs. So we want to introduce a new segment called In the Big Leagues, where we take everything that's happening for our pro teams, and we're going to share facts and a fair share of opinions as well. Now let's go to the Arizona Cardinals. Now they certainly had a big off season. They signed new receivers. They wrote big checks, and certainly they're preparing to have a better year than they did last year. Now, guys, they were 7-0 last year, and they kind of fell off a cliff. So hopefully this year they turn it around. You know, they're DeAndre Hopkins, no longer, he won't play for 6 games, but he's not off the team. He's not missing the whole year. They signed Marquise Brown, big signing. Obviously, he had some off the field issues with some dangerous driving. Hopefully he can play week 1. We'll see. But guys, they play the Chiefs week 1 this Sunday, so make sure you guys tune into that game to watch our Cardinals play. This is going to be a young star quarterback battle where Patty Mahomes, Kyler Murray, 2 young quarterbacks, 2 have had success in the NFL so far. I'm excited for it. And we expect Kyler Murray to perform even better than last year because he signed a $230 million a year over the offseason. This deal includes $160 million guaranteed. He'll play for the next 5 years for the Cardinals, so I'm glad we got our guy. Now, we did lose star defensive end, Chandler Jones, someone who has been a star for us on defense the last few seasons. I think he had a 20-sack year a couple seasons ago, right before his injury. He's at least 4th for us on defense, guys. But we expect guys like Marcus Golden, Jordan Hooks, and Budda Baker to really keep this defense together. And, you know, I don't think our defense will be any worse than it was last year, even though Chandler Jones is gone. He's on the Raiders. And, guys, like I said, 7-0 last year.
Yeah, strong start.
Best team on paper, but I think even with 7-0, I mean, let's just say this. We lost to the Lions last year. The Lions.
Yeah, that was...
I can probably count how many wins the Lions have on one hand. I don't know how many, but I'm sure it's not over 5. Nope. Guys, we lost to the Lions. We were 7-0. We were really, really good. Now, I'm a Broncos fan. Okay, I have to say I'm a Broncos fan. But, being from Arizona, I have to cheer on my Cardinals. Yeah. So I want them to do better. But, like I said, 7-0. They ended the season 11-6. So they lost the majority of the finishing games. Kyler Murray, I wouldn't say he fell off a cliff, but I think his leadership was stagnant a little bit, I think. But, like I said, he signed a big deal this year, almost like a max contract in the NBA. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, he's a young quarterback. I think that's part of what the issue was. He's still getting experience. He's still growing into his role as the leader.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's questioned his talent or his skill set.
Exactly. He's got it. He's got what it takes for sure.
Right.
So it's only up from here, I think.
Right. And you know, we saw that big press conference he had over the year after he signed a big deal, where people were doubting him on watching film and game film and knowing his plays, and he said, "Look, I wouldn't get here where I'm at here without studying, without doing the work off the field." He said he spoke on his Heisman Trophy. He won a Heisman Trophy. He was the #1 overall pick. Okay, they were 7-0 last year. He's not no scrub.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray's legit. He may be short. He's fast. He may not be able to throw 70 yards like Aaron Rodgers, but he's fast. And he gets the ball in his hands quick. He can still throw. He can get out of the pocket. I think he has everything you want in the quarterback realm today because we're more skilled. You know, Tom Brady's still a GOAT, but he can't run the ball like Kyler Murray can.
No chance.
He can't run like Lamar can. So, guys, I'm excited for the Cardinals this year. Hopefully we can have a better year than last. You know, hopefully we can. The Rams lost yesterday. So hopefully their loss will let us.
They didn't lose.
They got smacked. Right, they did get smacked. So hopefully maybe we can win the division. I didn't think we were going to win the division just because the Rams are so good. But the way they looked the other night, it's possible. Now, Daniel, tell us about those Suns.
Ooh, got you, man. The Suns, as we all know, were the best NBA team on paper going into the playoffs. They had a 64-18 record, which is super impressive. Nothing I had ever seen before in Arizona.
Yeah.
But, of course, man, they suffered a heartbreaking loss to the Mavericks in Game 7 of the Western Conference quarterfinals. That was That was extremely painful, honestly, to watch.
It did hurt. It did hurt.
It hurt a lot. It still hurts thinking about it. But this year, we got Chris Paul and Devin Booker returning. Also, DeAndre Ayton, which was a little bit of a toss-up for a little bit there. So they're looking to bounce back this year. Devin Booker signed a Supermax deal worth $224 million to play 4 more years with us. And also, the Suns signed former Golden State guard Damian Lee to fill Chris Paul's shoes when he's off the court. We expect the Suns to compete once again in an already highly competitive Western Conference. And they're going to begin their home season against the Dallas Mavericks.
Teams.
Yeah, a rematch there on October 19th at 9 p.m. Now, Landon, would you tell us a little bit about the D-backs?
Yeah, always, The D-backs currently are sitting 4th in the division, in the National League West Division, with a record of 65-70. Though the season has not been what most fans hoped for, they have certainly improved from the 52-110 record they had last year. It's kind of sad. Already winning more games than last year, they are currently sitting right in the middle of the National League, just under the San Francisco Giants.
Now, guys, you said 52 and 110. Come on, man. Come
It's like
on.
1/3 of the games they win.
Yeah, but they've won 65 games this year. The season still has a little ways to go. So, do you guys think that they're gonna possibly go over 500, or do you guys think they're gonna stay right in the middle where they're at?
I say they're staying right in the middle. I just don't see them as top tier. I see them as, but they're not bottom tier. They're more
Not bottom tier this season.
yeah, not this
Or
season.
last season.
Last season.
Last season, correct. But yeah, they're definitely like a
Right.
silver.
They're on the right track, though.
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
to be at the bottom of the barrel. Now you're in the middle. Maybe they'll be at the top next season. We'll see. Obviously, that takes time. You know, teams didn't grow like that overnight. But I expect them to bounce back. I certainly do.
They're definitely on an upwards trajectory.
Now, guys, going back to the Cardinals, is there a lot of pressure on Kyler Murray just because he did sign that big deal?
I think
There's definitely a lot of pressure there because it's a big deal. Like,
Yeah.
it's a lot of money.
that's a lot of money.
Yeah, 230 million
$230 million, 160 guaranteed.
guaranteed.
Which means if it's guaranteed, you play like it's guaranteed. You can't
Right.
just take it.
His bag is
play
secured.
bad.
His bag is secured.
Yeah.
But obviously, with DeAndre Hopkins being out, will Marquise Brown have to step up? Obviously, hopefully he's eligible week 1. He did have some issues with the law over the offseason. I think he was driving way over speed limit. So hopefully he's able to play. I don't know the exact story on, let's just say, driving over and his trouble. But assuming, he was Lamar Jackson's number 1 on the Ravens. So guys, I'm excited for him. Do you guys think he's going to make an impact?
Of course. Lamar Jackson? That dude's a beast.
Yeah.
I think he's a beast, and he's only getting better.
Right. And then, so Marquise Brown, we lost Christian Kirk. He's in the Jaguars now. That's a big loss as well. So we're losing D-Hop for 6 games. Christian Kirk for the season, obviously, because he got traded.
But I think losing Christian Kirk is Christian Kirk and D-Hop.
Yeah.
But D-Hop's coming back after week 6.
Yeah.
But still, without them for the first 6 games,
It is tough.
those are 2 very big impact
Now
players.
we do have A.J. Green. We do have Zach Ertz, the big tight end from Philadelphia we signed last year. Guys, I'm excited for him. I mean, he can block, he can run, he can catch the ball. He's a red zone threat. He's a little older. He's played quite a few years in the league, but I mean, I would compare him to maybe a Jason Witten, one of those guys that's just very reliable red zone threat. Do you guys think that he'll have to step up to fill the shoes of D-Hop and Christian Kirk while they're out?
Yeah, I mean, I think the start of the season is definitely not going to be as strong as it was last year.
Right.
Because 7-0, that's tough right there.
Yeah.
So,
We were the best. We were the last team to be undefeated last year.
yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
Yeah, it was a great time. It was a great time until it wasn't, unfortunately.
Exactly. But this season, I think the second half is going to be a lot stronger.
Yeah,
due to that, and D-Hop coming back, they're going to be ready.
I agree. I think that, obviously, hopefully they don't go 0-6 the first 6 games. Hopefully we can win some of them. But I think with D-Hop, I think we'll win the majority.
And you definitely know D-Hop's going to be ready after the sixth week.
Oh, yeah, he'll be hungry. I expect a 200-yard game minimum. 15 catches.
Minimum.
That's something crazy. Well, we know he can do that. That's the thing. We know what he can do. We know that he's the number one target when he's on the field. Sorry.
That's why his catching is so high in Madden.
Yeah, on Madden. Yeah, sure. We're gonna go with the Suns, guys. Upsetting loss last year to the Mavericks. There's that infamous picture of Luka Doncic looking up at Devin Booker. The Suns were down by 30. I think that's an image that will live in Devin Booker's head throughout his year. But they need to use that picture. The loss they took to motivate them to win when the season opener against the Mavericks. And certainly the Mavericks didn't get any worse. They signed some players over the year. They're not letting up. They're not going to be like, well, we smacked you guys last year in the playoffs, so we're going to take it easy on you week 1. That's not how it's going to be.
Nah, and Luka's still the man.
He is still the man.
Luka is a dog.
But Devin Booker was first team All-NBA last year. And like we said, he signed that Supermax deal. So is Devin Booker. He's that man. He's that guy. He's the guy that, the Suns franchise invested in him for the next 4 years, correct?
Yeah.
4 years. That's, hopefully we can win a championship in the next 4 years. Maybe a few.
I think it's possible for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And DeAndre Ayton, obviously, he had signed a deal to go to the Pacers. And that deal was in the making, and all of a sudden got canceled, and he stayed with the Suns.
Yeah, I was pretty happy about that, personally.
Right. And obviously we had some drama with Kevin Durant. We thought he might come to the Suns. Would you guys have liked to see that happen?
Yes and no. Just because, yes, because that's Kevin Durant, dude.
Yeah, it's Kevin Durant.
He's 7 feet. He can shoot.
Top 3 in
he's
the
a
league.
baller. Yeah, he's top 3 in the world.
Extremely hard to guard.
Yeah, you can't guard him, actually. Yeah, right? He's one of those guys you just can't guard. He'll shoot right on you.
Right.
But, I was thinking about how that dynamic would work with Devin Booker, KD.
Yeah.
Sometimes those superstar teams don't work out too well.
Yeah, they haven't. The last few seasons they really haven't. And I think that Kevin Durant, no disrespect to his greatness, but he's one of those players, if you can't beat him, join him. So, obviously he plays in the East now, so there was even talks about him joining the Celtics because they swept him. That's just the class of player he is. So if you join the Suns, and let's just say we get beat by the Warriors, you might say, adios, I'm going to go join Golden State again.
Back to the Warriors.
Right. So I think Kevin Durant's one of those players that, you would love to have him, but you can't really invest in him because obviously he's older. Obviously he's injury prone. But when he's healthy, he's putting 30 a game, at least.
Yeah.
He's one of the top athletes, like we said. We didn't end up getting him. He's going to stay with Brooklyn. But I'm happy with our team. I'm looking forward to the season. I'm confident that we'll do better. I think that signing Damian Lee from the Warriors, he need a good backup under Steph Curry. I think he'll do great under Chris Paul when Chris Paul's off the court. If Chris Paul has an injury, hopefully it doesn't happen. But Damian Lee, stud.
Yeah, he's got experience too. Plenty of experience on a winning franchise.
Oh yeah, plenty.
Surrounded by stars,
Yeah.
good leaders. I
Yeah.
think he's going to do great
Yeah.
for the Suns.
Me too. Now guys, that's going to wrap up our pro sports report.